Oh, Sam, heartbreaking, isn't it? Now, the Prime Minister has begun a pre-election blitz to win back voters. He's hit the road in a bus dubbed the ScoMo Express for a 4-day tour from the Gold Coast way up to Townsville. He's on a mission to shore up marginal seats along the Queensland coast, which will be crucial to the next election. The PM is today expected to announce a relaxation of visa rules for backpackers to help fill a shortage of farm workers.
And for their take, we're joined by Senators Pauline Hanson and Derryn Hinch. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Darren, are these expected changes to the backpacker visas the best way to deal with the shortage of farm workers?
It probably is. It probably is. Remember, under the old days of the 457s, you had the Labor government was giving visas to people who are going to work at KFC. So as long as they handle it properly, I know if they can just advertise the jobs first in Australia for 3 or 4 weeks, and if they can't be filled by Aussies, then bring people in from overseas. They're increasing the age limit, I think, to 35, which makes a bit of sense as well. And if the jobs are there, if the fruit needs to be picked, it has to be done.
Pauline, unemployment rate's really low at the moment. A lot of people are saying, though, why won't unemployed Aussies take up these farm jobs instead of bringing in more backpackers? You would know this firsthand around where you live.
Gosh, I've been talking to people across Queensland with regards to this, and it'll be very welcomed by the farmers to allow these backpackers in. It's not only picking fruit, but set up the jobs that they need them on the farms for. So they're going to be very welcome to have it. It used to be, it's up to 6 months now. They're going to extend it to a year because once they get them in, they train them, then they know what they're doing. Then they trust them, and they'd rather have the backpacker stay longer. There is a big problem. When you get out rural regional areas, your high unemployment, especially youth unemployment, can be as high as 27% or even 30%. The problem is that we've got to look at why aren't we getting these young ones to apply for these jobs or pick the fruit. You had the grey nomads used to travel around the country. They'd pick the fruit, but now they're not sort of taking it up, and that's why we rely on the backpackers, and the farmers desperately need them. But we've got to look at our welfare system, New Start, Job Start, and the government wanted to stop it to allow for, once they leave school, a month before they actually get the New Start allowance. It was stopped by Derryn Hinch and the Greens and Labor. So they reckon they should get paid straight away. I think we need to build the work ethic. I don't think they should go on to this New Start or Job Start allowances immediately. I think they should wait at least 3 months to ensure they get out and look for these jobs, because I'm hearing from businesses all the time that they are fed up. They cannot get Australians who want to apply for these jobs. The only time they apply is to get their paperwork ticked off so they can get the dole and welfare. Let's look at those people who've been on welfare for 20, 30, 40 years, and we should get rid of this mentality as if it's their right. It's not their right.
Derryn, you're at fault here.
Could I throw one thing in here, a word of warning? I've had emails and sat down with the mother of a murdered girl. The number of some farmers have exploited the backpackers. They refuse to sign off on them unless they give sexual favours to the farmers. There's an underlying current there of worry, especially with young females. They suddenly find in Queensland, especially, where they can't. The prettier ones get the jobs first. I mean, it's that blunt and that awful.
Oh, I'm a bit stunned with that.
Yeah,
well, it's true.
Look, I'm sure there's some terrible examples out there, but I don't think you slur all farmers with that sort of thing, Darren.
That's exactly right.
It's a word of warning.
That happens in any workplace. It doesn't matter whether it's just there. It can happen at any workplace. And I don't condone that sort of behaviour, but the fact is you can't target and say that happens out there generally with farmers. They're desperate for workers. And if this is going to work for them, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I do too. I agree with you, Pauline, on that. But I'm just giving you a word of warning that has happened. I've sat with the mother of a murdered girl from Queensland in my office. And just, it's out there, and you've got to watch it. They say, oh, we won't sign off on your 88 days or whatever it is, 80 days, 88 days, unless you come across, and that is just wrong.
OK, well, let's wait and see what the Prime Minister announces today on that one. Let's move on. Now, Qantas is defending its decision not to follow Virgin and honour veterans with priority boarding. The airline says it's conscious it carries a lot of exceptional people every day, including veterans, police, paramedics, nurses, firefighters and others. So Qantas would find it difficult to single out a particular group as part of the boarding process. Pauline, should veterans get recognition when they fly?
Look, I'd find it very embarrassing. I've worked with a lot of the veterans. I think they'd find it terribly embarrassing. And you have veterans now, you've got young veterans who are in their early 20s, you know. We look after the aged and those people who are feeble by putting them on the planes first and foremost. I think this is a marketing ploy by Virgin. Good luck to them if they want to use it as a PR exercise, marketing ploy. But I think the veterans that I know, I think they'd be proud, and they said, no, I don't even go and line up first to get on the plane first. I don't use priority boarding as well. So I think in an orderly manner, I wish they'd concentrate in some of these airports to get your luggage out first and make sure you don't get your luggage lost. I think it's more important to people to do that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Darren, are there other ways to help veterans, though, rather than this?
Look, this has been going on for decades in the United States of veterans boarding first. I think Pauline's right on this one, that many veterans...
What did you say?
Yeah, Pauline's right.
Okay.
Get that in writing. The fact that a lot of veterans will be a bit uncomfortable drawing attention to themselves. We're less outgoing than the Americans are in this sort of thing. With the veterans, I mean, I think it's fantastic. Brendan Nelson at the War Memorial, the new plans to rebuild the War Memorial, dig underneath it, is fantastic. When he used the line the other day where he said that those veterans, many of them have paid in blood. I don't care that it costs $500 million.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. That War Memorial, I spent 5 hours there recently and didn't get out of World War I. And Brendan Nelson is a brilliant man at the job he's doing, and I wish him all the best.
We all agree with you. All right, Senators, thank you for that. Have a good week.
And Pauline's right, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, Harry.
We've actually recorded that bit. We'll be replaying it regularly.
Honestly, between the Spice Girls actually confirming a reunion and Darren saying Pauline's right, this is a red letter day.
Yep, exactly. All right, you two, have a good week.